What's up, everybody? Tidbit Sports here, and today we're going to be breaking down one of the many plays that caused the Baltimore Ravens to lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers in their Sunday matchup in Week 5. Let's go. Okay, before we dive in, some context to this play right here. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they had a 2nd and 9 right here with about a minute 14 left on the clock. They were trailing by 2. It was a 10-8 ball game right now. And Kenny Pickett had basically been nickel and diming the Ravens defense the entire game. Many short passes. I believe he had 1 or 2 deep attempts before this play right here. And both those attempts were to George Pickens downfield. So if you notice right here, the Ravens have about 8 defenders essentially stacking the box or getting close to the line of scrimmage, preparing for a run or at least a heavy blitz and a lot of pressure. But, however, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Kenny Pickett immediately realized that. And it's almost a one-read play where if you look, he immediately is rolling right, evading the pressure in case it comes, and then is looking immediately for George Pickens to be able to beat Marlon Humphrey in one-on-one coverage. Okay, now to dive even more in depth. As you see, the Steelers kind of have a bad snap right there. Pickett able to one-hand it like OBJ back in the day. Ravens, obviously, we said they had 8 up front. They end up sending 6 as Patrick Queen drops down on the bottom left right there. However, Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith drop off in coverage, presumably to cover the tight end and the running back in case they run some kind of block and release route. But then as you see Roquan start to drop in because he realized Pickett's fully making the read to Pickens downfield. He drops in, but however, it's too late, and Pickett delivers a perfect ball down to George Pickens downfield. Okay, so now we'll check it out from different angles so we can get, our full idea, full breakdown right here. So as you can see, there's the stack box. We got 8 in the middle, and then there's the 3 cornerbacks that are on the 3 different receivers, man on man. As Pickett snaps the ball, he looks immediately to Pickens, and Pickens just completely burns Humphrey. But now let's zoom in and look even more at that route step by step. Okay, so here's where the context matters again. As you can see, that one-on-one coverage, Humphrey knows it's 2nd and 9 right here, so he kind of plays inside on Pickens. I'm assuming that he was expecting more of an in-breaking route just to get the first down instead of a deep bomb downfield. And by the time Humphrey starts to realize that he's fully going downfield, Pickens already has the beat on him. And then as well, using his speed and physicality as well as size, he gets past Humphrey, reels it in, brings it in, and then all he has to do is run a few more yards. And at that time, Humphrey had almost pretty much given up. He doesn't really try to get much chase here. Not that he could have caught him, but Pickens is too fast, too big, able to get the touchdown right there. Overall, the Ravens had a lot of miscues during this game that ended up costing them the win. And most of those were on offense, but this one play right here was an easy one to break down for everybody. One of the main reasons why the play didn't work on defense for the Ravens, as we saw, was the 8 men kind of near the line of scrimmage. They really were, in my mind, expecting a short pass. Another proof of that was Humphrey playing inside on Pickens, allowing him to get that outside fly route. And we would have had a different story if that pressure would have actually worked and caused a sack or even just a pass breakup. But Pickett in the play call also immediately recognized that pressure. And if you watching in the back, he was so quick to just roll out and immediately fire that ball downfield that it worked out for Pittsburgh. And they had great blocking, as I mentioned, on the text blurb. So for the Ravens, if you're essentially going to bring the house there, you have to have some kind of play where they're going to get in. Because you're going to be left with the thought of, why didn't we just have Kyle Hamilton or Marcus Williams play a deep safety spot, and that way they could help Humphrey or help any other corner if they were getting beat downfield. And especially if you can just track Pickett's eyes because he's so quick to make that read, it could have been an easy drop step for that safety to get back there and help Humphrey in coverage.